Hello, Astro friends. This is the forecast for November 20th through the 26th. And right out the gate, I'm going to let you know this is a much more challenging week ahead of us. There's a lot of squares and oppositions that are coming our way that could provide fertile ground for really growing, maturing, healing, as we do have some powerful forces that we'll be working with, including Pluto, Chiron, and Saturn. These are going to show us aspects of ourselves that we may not have wanted to deal with in the past, we may have avoided, we may have suppressed, hidden, and those are things that are definitely going to surface in the energies of this week, things that will become unavoidable. And I do realize that this is the week for those of us in the States. We will be celebrating Thanksgiving. We will have family dynamics to add to this pressure cooker, which to me is just a perfect combination of what is often needed for us to stir the pot, feel the feelings, get to the root of what is going on for us. So definitely prepare yourself and get straight with your perspective of how you really want to handle some patterns that you may not have wanted to look at in the past, and see for yourself by pulling out your own chart where these energies are going to land for you so that you can really understand as you go into this week what's ahead of you, what's in store. And of course, all energies play out around the time of these transits that I speak of in the week. So you may have already been feeling a lot of these powerful things that are coming through, and you may also feel them for weeks to come. We have the Sun and Mars this week joining Mercury as they ingress into the sign of Sagittarius, the sign of wisdom. So in the sign of Sagittarius, we're working in our wisdom. We have Mercury leading the way, and Mars and the Sun will be entering Sagittarius. And where they come from, the sign of Scorpio, is where we've developed our discretion, where we've developed loyalty, where we've developed a deeper awareness potentially for things that were deeply below the surface that we were able to dig up, investigate, and now we apply our wisdom. But before we get ahead of ourselves, we have to acknowledge that Mars is entering a new cycle. Just like Venus is currently in its Leo cycle, which it recently entered, Mars is entering its own cycle before it ingresses into Sagittarius, and that will start at the later degrees of Scorpio. So Mars in Scorpio, starting this whole new cycle in Scorpio, is going to be a devoted, loyal planet serving the divine feminine. This is really beautiful energy. Mars in Scorpio is a warrior for all things unseen and below the surface. It's going to fight to bring those things to the surface, bring those things to the light, and use its energy in order to be very supportive to this fierce and fiery Venus in the Leo cycle. As we continue to follow this trajectory for Mars this week, it will be entering Sagittarius, where it will be fighting for truth. It will be fighting for freedom. It will be fighting for balance and justice. Beautiful, beautiful themes for sure, but not before it has its square with Saturn, which is definitely going to be bringing a lot to the forefront around challenges to our energy. We have to stop and pause first. We have to sort some things out, and Saturn is going to help us do that. And I'll go more into these energies in today's astro forecast. So remember, this is just the short preview for the weekly energies that we'll have. You can go to my Substack, CourtneyIngham.substack.com, where I offer a full free forecast every week on Monday.